All right. Hello, Sagittarius. How are you doing? Today, we're going to do your weekly reading from January 4th through January 10th. This is the astronumerology reading, and we're going to marry astrology, numerology, and energies. So, and of course, your favorite mystic metaphysician, Dr. Fryson. So let's get started. Everyone is experiencing the 1 year, right? 2026 is a 1 year. So there's a lot of newness, a lot of changes, a lot of independence, a lot of learning how to be independent, and sometimes dictatorship, right? Because there's two sides of all the energies. So that I'm taking it is my energy, I'm selfish energy. We're all experiencing that while we're also experiencing I need to look out for myself and make choices that support me. Okay. January is the first month. And so we got that one energy, but it is also a 2 month overall for everyone. So that's partnerships, diplomacy, working with other people, balance. So we have to, right? I mean you, balance the self and the needs of the self with what our partner needs or what is best for the universe overall, right? For instance, is it best for you to have all the oil? No, it's best for everyone to have access to it, right? So we have to make those types of decisions. If we lean to one side of it, we're going to be like, everything's mine, nobody else can have it. If we lean to the other side of it, it's like, I'm going to take enough for me, leave some for everyone else, but I'm still going to do well and be successful. That's the overall energy that we're dealing with right now. So that energy follows us the entire month. Remember, I did the reading for the personal year. So you have to go and do your personal year. And you can do a numerology consult with me. You can get all your personal months and all that kind of stuff. Send me your information, pay for it. I send you the packet telling you what everything is. Or you can calculate it yourself, or you can get one of my books that actually shows you how to calculate it all for yourself. And that way, going forward, when you see these videos, you would know which one to watch. All right. I said this to someone earlier. You might be a Sagittarius rising, or you might be a Sagittarius sun, or you might be Sagittarius Venus. And if that's the case, what I'm going to say is going to apply to you at different points. And some of it will hit you and some of it would not. If something is not hitting you, look to the sign next to it. So for Sagittarius, look over to Capricorn and then look at Scorpio because you may be on the cusp of one of those signs and that energy might resonate with you more. Okay. And then that way and this is for people who don't have a clear birth time. So you don't know exactly your time of birth. So your rising sign might actually be Capricorn or Scorpio or something else, whereas your sun might be Sagittarius. So that's my first thing. I also like to give you other energies that are with you because there's always more energies than what you think. So let's start with the Soul's Journey lesson card. And this is the energy, the lesson energy that you have for this week. So you have to learn something every week. We're all in school learning. And Sagittarius is an extremely intelligent sign. So you understand what learning is and the need for it. All right. Your card, peace. The lesson you're learning this week, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. You are learning to be a being of love and release all negative energy. And that one thing will improve everything in your life. It will improve your job. It will improve your health. Will improve your relationships. Okay. So that is your first card. The next card we're going to do is the numerology card. And although everyone's experiencing that 1 and 2 energy, and you're also experiencing other vibrations, you're going to have a guidance card that is going to stick with you for this week. And your number is 74. This has come up. You're the third sign that got this card. 74. And again, 7-4 is an 11-2. This is about nature. You got to get outside. You have to go outside, do some grounding, reconnect with nature so that you can get the intuitive guidance that you need to have, right? Your discernment type energy that presents itself can become stronger with this 11 energy. Now, Sagittarius is the ninth sign, and it is the first of the public facing signs, meaning interacting with others. That's, of course, why Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter is intelligent. You have to interact with the world, right? Not just, me, us kind of thing. You got to do everybody, right? And that being the case, you have to make time to get yourself restored after dealing with other energies and going outside, connecting with nature. Do a diet full of vegetables this week so that you can kind of have some grounding energy and reconnect. And that is going to be very helpful for you. By the way, I am a metaphysician, so you're going to always get the health things as well, death doula, all things mystic. So you get a lot of different things in my readings that you won't find anywhere else. And for those of you who are repeating what I share in my videos, I just ask that you give me credit. That's it. Or I'll come in your dreams. All right. Now, here we go. This card is the Moonology card. Everybody just experienced the Wolf Moon, which is the first super moon of 2026. Beautiful moon, lots of good energy, full moon, and in my world, you can manifest during a full moon. It's not just about letting go. It's about also bringing, you let go of some things and you bring in some other things. So we're experiencing the last few hours of that energy right now. You also have this moon, and this is third quarter moon. Adjustments are required. And since this is a heavily health season for many people, adjustments to your diet and your lifestyle and your health that's a requirement right now. But also this could be adjustments due to posture issues. So if you're facing like back pain or something like that, you might need to go see a chiropractor or someone to have a physical adjustment made to your body, or go to a stretching class where they, really get all the kinks out of your body. My very last card that I'm going to pull for you is one of the playing cards. And I did have someone get the Joker, Sagittarius, so I don't think you're going to get the Joker, but let's see what card you get. Sagittarius. All right. Oh, King of Hearts. Oh, okay. This is twofold. King of Heart is good on one side because this is definitely the love kind of energy, and you have the ability to have a lot of love. The problem is that it's the king, the masculine. And so sometimes you're not good at showing that love or sharing that love with others in their love language, right? Because the king, of course, is everything is about me. It has to be me, right? But they do have a lot of love to offer. If you are in a new relationship, this just reminds you to look at how you share your heart with other people and make sure you're using some emotional intelligence and sharing love in a way that they can receive love. And then also speak your truth about how you need to receive love, right? Without being overbearing. You can't demand the love. Okay. So that's what that King of Heart is. This is a really good card, though. And for those of you who are seeking relationships, you can find a partner that kind of makes your heart go pitter patter during this week. If you do, let me know in the comments. Come back, let me know in the comments. Okay. Now let's get to the astrology side of things. I'm going to open up your chart. So, as we get into the Sagittarius energy, I want you to know that everyone is feeling the quad, right? The car driving is what I'm calling it. And what this is four signs riding together. And guess what sign they're in? Sagittarius. So, and Sagittarius is diligent worker, can really get things done, likes to think about things beyond where they live. So very much in touch with the world. And so that, which is phenomenal, right? Phenomenal energy to be in. But you also have a lot of constellations in your sign that makes it to where you're going to feel it no matter what house it is. So that means if it's your first house through the 12th house, it doesn't matter. You're going to feel this energy, unlike some of the other signs, because these are in Sagittarius. And the signs I'm speaking of are the sun, which is the king, the Mars, which is the uncle, Venus, the daughter, and Mercury, the son. They're all riding together. Notice there's no moon energy, right? Moon is the mother. Venus is the young girl, so she doesn't have much of a say in what's going on. She's there to direct attention. So, for instance, Mars might be directing its anger, its aggression towards things that brings it pleasure. Actually, things that bring the king pleasure, right? Because Mars is acting on behalf of the king, the sun, and in this case, the dictator. So Mars is really running the show from the military aggressive type position. That means that you have a higher chance of having conflict this week and a higher chance of movement. This is great for exercise. This is great if you've started an exercise plan. You're probably going to stick to it this week because that energy is there. That movement is there in your chart. Mars is a movement energy, right? Mars is a fiery energy, whereas Sagittarius is a little spicy, you know? So that kind of works for you on some levels. Excuse me. The sun is not as strong as Mars is, although the sun is the face behind whatever's happening. Mars is really running things in the background. Mercury and Venus, Mercury wants to go on a new adventure, wants to do different things, and Mercury wants to explore and communicate joy, and Venus wants to go have her pleasure, her fun as well, but they are relying on the adults. So that means in your chart, wherever this energy is, you may want to have more fun, to be lazy, to do things, but you can't because there's other requirements of you. And when this starts with the sixth house, what that is saying is that you may want to eat whatever you want to eat on this planet, but your body is saying, no, you have to eat this way, or I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop working, right? Another thing is you may have a job where you have people who don't like you, and everything in you wants to be like, you know what? I'm going to tell them off. But you have the kids in the car. So you want to watch what you're saying in front of the kids, right? So in that case, you're going to have to be mindful of how you speak to those people that are really your enemies. But if you speak to them incorrectly, you could lose your job. Because this first week also brings about a lot of loss for everyone. And it's loss in jobs, loss in houses, loss in cars, loss in, different things. Even at one point, there's a possibility for a loss of a limb. And then what happens when this energy is traveling together, the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Mars? The other thing that happens is there's a lot of different things going on in that car. So a lot of distractions, which could lead to car accidents and other accidents, accidents when cooking, accidents when walking and tripping, accidents while doing something. So be extremely careful, right? The next energy that everyone is experiencing is Saturn and Pisces. Saturn in Pisces is a diligent type energy. Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, like Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, very expansive towards whatever you have to do or want to do. For you, that Saturn energy in Pisces is actually in your fourth house of home. So this might mean that you're having to buckle down at home and make some home improvements, and not just make home improvements, but make a plan about where you're going to go or where you're going to live. Because Rahu is right next to that Saturn. And Rahu being next to that Saturn, meaning it really shows that there's going to be some type of movement somewhere. So you're maybe making that particular plan to move, right? So if Saturn, when it's in your fourth house, and Rahu then will be in the fifth house, you're also dealing with children with this energy. And maybe there's some surprises that come up with the children. Some information is revealed about the children this week. So watch out for that. The other energy that everyone is dealing with is the fact that the moon is going through every different sign, but it starts out traveling by itself and then it ends up with K2 being with it. K2 is the equivalent to the South Node in Western astrology. So the South Node brings about innovation, right? It brings about intuition. The South Node can get things done, but it's stealthy with it. Other people don't know that it's getting things done. So when it's combined with the moon, which is the mother figure, but it's also the mind, it's also the emotions. You could have some intuition about someone's emotions, their mind, and what they're thinking, but you could also be going through some different thoughts in your head about a woman, such as a mother figure, or someone who's in a mothering role, or even your ability to be a mother or mothering figure. You may have to be emotionally available for some people at this time when you don't really feel like you have it within you. That energy is there. Let's move the energy along. Things to watch out for: car accidents, cooking, accidents while cooking, slips and falls. I told someone there's injuries to the head. It's possible, like something fall in someone's head. Be very careful. Someone gets hit in the head, so be very careful with that. On the 5th, the energy towards the end of the day on the 5th, the energy shifts again where the moon and K2 are definitely together. And then there's going to be a point where all of your konas, first house, fourth house, seventh house, 10th house, have all of this energy working together, which is going to be too much for you and from anyone, right? Because with other people, you're going to have other people being aggressive towards you, being argumentative towards you, and you're not going to be wanting to take that. You're going to want to lash out and say, and because Sagittarius is an intelligent sign, you can make a person feel really small. The thing is that that is going to have consequences in your career and in your relationships. So I would say choose your words wisely, right? Because if you make a person feel this big and they just so happen to be your boss, chances are they're going to try to find a way to let you go. Your money is going to be impacted with this week uh, based on what you say or what you don't say. Okay. Watch your words. The other energy I wanted to talk about specifically was January 6th, because January 6th is an 8 day. And everyone's interested in the 8 day because the 8 day symbolizes money, power, and success. And it's infinity. So it's a cycle. The thing I want you to pay attention to is that the 8 is comprised of the 1, 6, 1, right? So 6 is nurturing, 6 is teaching, 6 is family, 6 is also health. What am I eating? Right? So you can find success by eating appropriately this day and appropriately for your body. Again, I created a workbook that actually have health suggestions for each sign so that you can know what's appropriate for you so that you can have clarity within your life. Now, everybody's interested in that. This day, Infinity 8 overall means that some people are going to be having the money go well at the top, and some people are going to have the money go not so well. That is going to be impacted based on your actions on January 5th. Okay. So pay attention to that. For you, the 7th is a 9 day, which is your day because it's the ninth sign and it's the ninth house. So, of course, wherever the energy is on that day, you can definitely be impacted. When that energy moves into your second house of communication, which is definitely where Capricorn rules in your natal chart. And Capricorn really is a, hey, get it done, work, put my head down and do things. There's going to be a little bit of conflict because you got distractions going on, which might make your ability to communicate effectively a little challenging. Could be like the kids playing in the back seat. So you could have some things that are preventing you from getting your message out clearly on that day. After the moon and K2 get through with their partnership, Then K2 is going to settle with writing in Leo. And so that is, it starts out being in the fifth house. For you, it's about children. So aggressiveness with children and um, revealing things with children. There's some things you know about kids and you know about their learnings, but it's also about romance. And maybe there's some hidden communication you're having, online romantic relationship that you're having that other people are not aware of, and maybe that information is going to become public or someone else is going to find out about it this week. The ninth is the day where there's definitely a higher probability of accidents than other days and confusion and definitely expansion in the home. Someone may have to move in with you permanently on the ninth. There could also be injury to the actual home, like a roof or fire, a small fire, or something like that can be happening. And that's the ninth and the 10th. It starts on the ninth until the 10th. So watch out for electrical fires or anything like that because that's possible on the night between the ninth and the 10th. Your relationships are not high value right now as far as your partnerships. Some of you may be single because there's the action that is taking place in your house of other relationships is about interacting with multiple people, not romantically. So this might not be ideal for you. This is more confrontation or more debating than having like romance, hey, I love you kind of energy. It's not that energy for you. Okay. Sagittarius, and that's a heated arguments are likely kind of energy. So again, mind your words, right? Mind your words and what you say to people because you definitely have the chance to maybe make some people not feel good. All right. I have to look at this. You could have some luck in money, and you could have some luck associated with your father figure. So, all right, that's it. Have a good one.